Hey, what's up? Welcome back to our third podcast episode. I'm Conor McCann. I'm here with my co-host.
AJ Pistol.
All right, and we will be talking. We can't. All right,
Nick,
stand
I
up.
hate you.
Stand up. Take 5.
Can you turn around? If he doesn't turn around, I won't be able to do it.
And we will be talking about our Week 5 fantasy football and football reactions. So, AJ, how'd you do in fantasy this week?
Awful.
Awful, really. Can you elaborate on that?
So I dropped 104 points, which for a 10-man league, it's not very good.
It's not the
My
worst.
opponent dropped 168 points.
Gee, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
He had Justin Fields at quarterback, who had 25 points this week, which is a huge surprise. I wouldn't expect that. Even though they did lose by a good amount, too. So Justin Fields just had himself a game. But one of my first mistakes this week was I started Jackson Dart over Matthew Stafford.
What? You started Jackson Dart over Matthew Stafford?
Yeah, it was a big mistake.
Wow. Okay.
After Jackson Dart beat the Chargers, I thought he could do it again, but Giants are the Giants, so I should have just started Matthew Stafford. Then we have Quinshon Judkins. He only had 13 points. Breece Hall only had 17. It's the same old stuff. George Pickens had 13. A.J. Brown had 9. I'm actually so sick of A.J. Brown and the Eagles.
He's been a huge disappointment. The entire Eagles offense has been a huge disappointment. Even like Saquon Barkley, who's having like a good year, he's not having like number 1 pick potential.
Yeah, I agree with that. I had Sam Laporta. He actually had his first good week. He's been awful, but up until this week, but it doesn't matter.
20.2 points, yeah.
Yeah.
They did a good week.
Travis Hunter plays tonight. I need him to have 60 points. Yeah, right. I need Travis Hunter to have 60 points. What else we got on here? Darius Slayton. I thought he was going to have a good game now that Malik is out because he's wide receiver 1 now, right?
Yeah.
So,
him and Rondell Moore, yeah.
I thought he had a chance there, but no. The Giants just were awful. And then we had Arizona defense with 8 points.
All right, so
pretty bad.
Yeah, so not the best week.
Yeah.
I'm mad. I'm pretty mad. You want to know why? Because I dropped 140 points this week in fantasy. That's a very good week. I'm in an 8-man league. Kyle McSweeney dropped 170 points. He dropped 170. I would have beat everybody else. I'm sorry. Yeah,
what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at Nick. All right, dude, stop.
Nick.
Just stop. No,
I hate you.
Okay, no.
Okay,
Actually,
Conor, go.
Dude, he's just laughing, and he's like opening cans. And
it's fine.
Right.
We can put this in the bloopers.
He had Dak Prescott with 28 points, Jonathan Taylor with 3 touchdowns, totaling up to 32 points. He started Alvin Kamara, which was kind of dumb because he only got 9.5 points. Jamar Chase, he is so inconsistent. He either has like the best week or like just like a very average week.
That's very true.
But this is one of his good weeks where he had 2 touchdowns, 110 yards, and 29 points total. And I talked about this in the last episode about Emeka Egbuka and Jackson Smith-Njigba. Jackson Smith-Njigba, he was on Kyle's team. He had 27.2 points because he had 8 receptions, 132 yards, and a touchdown. I was right about them. I said that they were going to have big years in fantasy, and so far they're having pretty big years in fantasy.
Yeah.
He got Quinshon Judkins right before me. I would literally like press sign, and I checked my roster a few days later. He's not on it, and he's on Kyle's teams. But he only got 13.8 points.
You're a Christian McCaffrey owner, correct?
I am a Christian McCaffrey owner. Yeah, he
27.9.
Yeah, he had a normal Christian McCaffrey week. just a typical 28 points.
He's insane.
Puka Nacua, once again, wide receiver 1. 24.5 points, 10 receptions, 85 yards and a touchdown. I talked about this last week. He's so good. I don't want to talk about him anymore. Baker Mayfield had a great week. He finally had his great 380 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a great win against Seattle, which we'll talk about soon. Let's see. Ladd McConkey finally had a good week with 14.9 points. That's the most points he had. That's the most points he's had all season, which is good. Quentin Johnson. Once I start him, he does bad. That's just typical in fantasy. Sam Laporta. I have Sam Laporta as well. Same thing with AJ. 20.2 points. I had Jordan Love on bye. I had Tucker Kraft on bye, Matthew Golden on bye, but I usually won't start Matthew Golden.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to talk about that. One of the reasons I did so bad this week is My two best performing players that both happened to be on the Falcons had a bye week was Bijan and Drake. So that was my biggest reason for my unsuccessful week.
Yeah, but by the way, this is the second time that I've scored the second most points in the league and end up losing. So, yeah, 170 points, Kyle. I mean, congrats. All right, I say we just talk about
Talk
week
about
5.
some Week 5 NFL scores.
So start off with Thursday Night Football, a great game between the 49ers and Rams. Mac Jones with 342 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's looking pretty good. Christian McCaffrey, as we talked about, he just does normal Christian McCaffrey things. Kendrick Bourne had a great game, 10 receptions for 142 yards. Yeah, he had a great game. Matthew Stafford, I mean, the fact that you started Jackson Dart over him is just like, I'm sorry, like that's
I don't want to talk about it.
389 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
My goodness.
It wouldn't have made a difference. I still lost by like 60. So
Yeah, but it still would have been nice. Let's see. It was final kick in overtime. I'm very surprised that the Rams lost this game. I mean, that just proves that the 49ers can actually be Super Bowl contenders this year. Again, I mean, they always kind of are, but this year it seems like, I mean, they're doing this with a backup quarterback. Shanahan is known for making bad quarterbacks seem great. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo, I mean, he's actually the backup for the Rams now.
I miss him.
You miss Garoppolo?
Yeah, I remember when he used to be on the Niners.
Yeah, but
and on the Patriots, right? Doesn't he have the most rings in the NFL right now? Technically,
no, he doesn't.
He doesn't. Oh, it's Patty now. Before Patrick Mahomes, I remember that was a cool stat. He had the most rings as a back, and he was a backup QB. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a cool fun fact. Yeah, Kyle. People are saying like Mac Jones is playing playing well and stuff, which he is. But I mean, in Shanahan's system, like quarterbacks always do well. So, I mean. We've seen what Matt Jones can do outside of Shanahan's system, because it's not only did he fail with the Patriots, he also failed with the Jaguars too. I mean, he was awful on the Jaguars.
How many games did he start for them? Only 2 or 3, right?
I think it was 4 total because Trevor Lawrence had that awful concussion issue. Oh, that was
that
awful.
Late hit. Oh
yeah.
My God.
Vikings Browns. Dylan Gabriel's first start. This was an international game. Dylan Gabriel, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 94.3 passer rating. That's exactly what I want a start for Dylan Gabriel, because I don't think he has superstar potential. But to have this as a start, as just like a good backup quarterback, I was very happy to see that. Quinshon Judkins, the guy who I wanted to get, dropped 110 yards. So, yeah.
I'm also an owner. Also, I just wanted to say, I feel like Oklahoma quarterbacks pop up a lot in this podcast, and I wanted to say, I saw a funny stat the other day. Mm-hmm. Now that Dylan Gabriel's starting for the Browns, every single Oklahoma quarterback from the last, I think, was it 10 years, is starting in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I saw that graphic as well, because Dylan Gabriel was on Oklahoma at one point. Yeah, he transferred to Oregon, obviously. But yeah, Cam Akers actually had a passing touchdown. Carson Wentz, 236 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Carson Wentz is playing really, really well. J.J. McCarthy's back next week or the week after, so the Vikings are going to go back to him, just because he's younger and the rushing ability. Jordan Addison, game-winning touchdown, first game back off of suspension. Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the NFL. Right now, Puka Nacua is rising up, but Justin Jefferson is better than Jamar Chase. Don't act like Jamar Chase is better. He's not better. Justin Jefferson is more consistent.
I mean, it's not Jamar's fault. Let's be honest.
No, Jamar Chase can have higher highs, but Jamar Chase's lows are way lower than Justin Jefferson.
And he also has a bum passing to him right now.
And Carson Wentz is what?
Carson Wentz is not a bum. All right.
His team won a Super Bowl with his backup. Carson Wentz is kind of a bum. He didn't used to be, but and all his teammates hate him. They say he's a bad person.
I would take him over Jake Browning. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's not my argument. I'm saying
I know they are both not.
Yeah, I mean, they're both not good quarterbacks. And Justin Jefferson, once again, Jamar Chase can have higher highs, but Justin Jefferson, I mean, just has not as lows as Jamar Chase. That's just a fact.
Yeah, I do agree with
But
that.
Puka Nacua is catching up with him as as the number one wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
Cowboys Jets game. I mean, Cowboys kind of just dominated because the Jets suck. They're 0-5. Justin Fields, I feel bad for him. He's playing well.
He's a good quarterback.
He's playing well.
There's always those people like Bryce Young, Justin Fields. It's a good.
I want to talk about Bryce Young later, but keep going.
It's a good quarterback stuck in a bad environment. That's my point. I mean, he has nothing to work with. I mean, I don't know.
That's not entirely true, but like I do see your point
on the offensive side.
Yeah. I want to talk about the Cowboys for a little bit. Javonte Williams is having himself a good start to the year. He had 16 carries for 135 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, he's having a good start to the year. The Cowboys might finally have their RB1 after Ezekiel Elliott is no longer on the team. They had Tony Pollard for a few years, but Tony Pollard was on the Titans and then he started sucking.
Sorry. You started what?
He started sucking. Dude, come on. You cannot fault me for that.
He started sucking. He started to suck.
That's even worse. That's worse. No, come on. So Spencer Rattler finally got his first one in the NFL. He beat the Giants. You started Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart did not have a good day. His stats are greatly inflated. I watched this game. Most of his stats came in garbage time.
Yeah.
He had 2 interceptions, a fumble. He did have 2 touchdowns. But his stats are definitely inflated.
Were they passing touchdowns? I didn't look at that. Were they passing or rushing?
He had 2 passing touchdowns.
Okay.
He had 55 yards on the ground. Once again, his stats are inflated, but he didn't have
It wasn't a terrible game.
But like the Giants as a whole has a terrible game. And also, I don't really blame him that much because like Malik Neighbors did just tear his ACL last week. So
yeah, it's got to be rough.
Yeah, that is rough. Yeah, Rashid Shaheed, four catches for 114 yards and a touchdown. I had him on my fantasy team last year, and I won it all. So
really,
maybe I should pick him up again. But he tore his ACL midseason. So he had a great game. Alvin Kamara, who Kyle had, did not have a good game on the ground, but Kamara's most of his yards come through the air, which he had,
of course,
4 receptions for 28 yards.
That's always what Kamara's been.
Yeah, he's always been kind of a receiving back. Yeah, overall the Giants. I mean, I'm very surprised that this is the same team who beat the 3-0 Chargers last week. I'm very, very surprised.
I mean, I feel like some years could be like this, and people say this every year, but it's been confusing. I mean, just with the way that some of it's working right now, like the 49ers who lost to the Jags just beat the Rams. It doesn't make any sense to me, It's that early week 5 scores that just it's always confusing. So I guess we'll see how it plays out like 7 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Raiders Colts?
No. You guys aren't missing anything. It was 40-6. The Raiders suck. Geno Smith sucks. He's going to get benched soon. Now I want to talk about the Panthers-Dolphins game.
Yeah, what are you going to say about Bryce Young?
Man, I really do love the guy.
I love him.
Alabama guy, but man, he is. I think people are giving him way too many excuses. I'm sorry. I think now in year 3, it's time to be like, all right, Bryce Young, like you really got to step it up. I mean, he's cracked 200 yards one time. Bryce Young in the first quarter is like the worst quarterback of all time. Anytime anyone's watching Red Zone, the first Bryce Young play you see is a Bryce Young turnover. I'm not joking. He did win the game because I'll talk about Tua in a second.
Because the Dolphins suck.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I think people really need to start giving Bryce Young some criticism. He reads the field. He does a good job, but he can't hang athletically. He's too small. It's unfortunate. But he's too jittery in the pocket. He can't see over his O-lineman. Like I'm sorry. I hope I'm wrong, but man, like Bryce Young, people really need to be harder on Bryce Young. He is a really nice guy. He seems like one, but
he is. He definitely is. I also feel like it can be a coaching issue too, because I mean the thing with not being small and not being able to see your O-line, it's a new thing. Because at Alabama, I mean, he had those big boys up front too, and he never had an issue with not being able to see over him. Because if you watch his highlights for him at Bama, he almost always would roll out.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's one of the things. So I think
Like he doesn't do well inside the pocket of
Yeah.
what you're saying. He's way too jittery in the pocket. He's way
Yeah.
too like nervous and stuff.
I definitely agree with that. So I think some of it could be a coaching issue too.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Tua Tagovailoa. This is what I want to talk about. So you might Google his stat line and see 256 yards, 3 touchdowns. Overall, good game. Go watch his last drive. He overthrows Jalen Waddle. Should have been a pick, but it wasn't. He takes a sack on 3rd and 10 with just over 2 minutes left. Tua, have you guys ever seen Tua Tagovailoa have a good clutch performance?
No.
No. He can't get it done in the 4th. He can't get it done in clutch games. Like, man, he's really just once another Alabama guy, but like, man, he really just is not good. Like his stat line was good, but like, he's really just not good. He's on year 6 now, something like that. Justin Herbert was drafted after him. I bet Miami's regretting that decision.
Yeah, year 6.
Year 6, yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
All right, moving on.
Broncos Eagles.
Broncos Eagles.
Well, no undefeated teams left in the NFL.
No undefeated teams left in the NFL because the Eagles and the Bills lost, which we'll get into later. Yeah, Eagles once again having many offensive struggles. Saquon Barkley was the main issue today. 6 carries for 30 yards. Not a good game at all.
I mean, let's talk about the comeback though.
Yeah, for sure. It was 17-3.
Bo Nix looked great towards the end of the game. That was a great performance by him.
Yeah, this is his second year. I did not expect him to be this good at all. Like when he was drafted 12th overall by the Broncos, I was thinking like, oh man, like that's a dumb pick. So far, he's playing well. I'm not saying he's going to be like MVP Hall of Famer type person, but like I think he's going to have a good, like decently long career.
Yeah, I can see the Broncos having a great year too. I definitely think they're going to make the playoffs this year.
They do have a tough division though with the Chiefs.
They do have a tough division, but their defense is incredible. Patrick Surtain, he's a beast, and Bo Nix has some weapons, and I think it's very doable for them, especially because they just beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
Things are looking good over
there.
there.
Jalen Hurts did have a good game though. 280 yards, 2 touchdowns. He actually threw some long balls today, which were nice to see.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are starting to listen to the people a little bit more on that.
I wouldn't phrase it like that, but Texans Ravens. Lamar was hurt. CJ Stroud. I was hard on CJ Stroud a couple weeks ago, but he had a great game today. 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Yeah, it's pretty good. Cooper Rush, 3 interceptions, 179 yards. Maybe Lamar Jackson does deserve MVP. I don't know. MVP case, they could go. Right now, my pick would be Josh Allen.
Really?
But, yeah, probably.
Yeah. The Texans, this is a confusing game again because the Texans looked so bad at the beginning of the year. And then now they just beat the Ravens 44-10. Even though they didn't have Lamar Jackson, that still is, on paper, a very good team. So that's good to see for the Texans, not if you're a Ravens fan.
Yeah, got an easy division too. Last week, I was very, very, some would say overly hard on the Titans, but they got their first win against the Cardinals.
It is the Cardinals, though. So.
It is Cardinals, but Cam Ward got his first win. Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. Game-winning field goal. It was a good game. Kyler Murray continues to be Kyler Murray, which I'm not going to repeat myself every single week. Marvin Harrison had that amazing catch, though.
I saw that.
Amazing catch. Double coverage like that, yeah.
There's not much to talk about in this game, to be honest. Mm-hmm. The Titans are sort of starting to become the Wizards of the NFL. It's sad to see so much wasted talent in Tennessee, honestly. I'm glad Derrick Henry got out of there while he could because that team is awful.
Man, Tony Pollard had 14 carries for 67 yards and a touchdown, so now I feel kind of bad. But, all right, next game. Let's see. Wait, this is the game I want to talk about. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Seahawks?
Buccaneers, Seahawks. Yeah. So if you guys remember last week, I was talking about how good JSN and Emeka Egbuka would be in fantasy this year. And you know what they did? Emeka Egbuka had 7 catches for 163 yards and a touchdown. And JSN had, like I said, 8 catches, 132 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, they're pretty good. Like I was kind of right about that. I know I'm kind of saying good things about myself, but like I was right about them.
I mean,
they are very very good
Yeah.
NFL players.
JSN's route running is some of the most beautiful route running I've ever seen, besides Devontae Adams. I mean, he is one of the best all-rounded receivers in the NFL right now. And Emeka, I'd say right now he's definitely favored to win Rookie of the Year. I know that.
Without question.
But
Without question.
this is like I said last week. It's like another Puka. This is one of the best rookie receiver seasons we've seen, at least so far in Week 5.
Yeah, I mean, Jamar Chase still holds the crown for the best rookie wide receiver season, I would think.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Definitely in recent history.
Recent history.
I mean, that Bengals team really turned around after Jamar Chase got there. So, yeah, and talking about Jamar Chase, he had 3 tackles today, or yesterday. He had 3 tackles yesterday, which is actually kind of an interesting stat because Jake Browning threw 3 interceptions. Yeah, that's an interesting stat. This, like I said, Kyle had him. He had one of his good days. 6 receptions, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had more tackles than touchdowns, and he had 2 of them. So yeah, that's pretty good. So Lions beat the Bengals 37-24. Bengals really added up towards the end. I mean, the Cincinnati Bengals scored 21 points in the fourth quarter, so they really just added on in garbage time. So the score was a lot closer than what it seemed. Like I said, the Lions always do well against bad teams.
Yeah.
It was really just it was just a beat down. Like Jared Goff, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 258 yards, 19 of 23 passes. Yeah, he's one of these guys who's like the Lions always develop a good system for him to make sure he almost never makes an incompletion. It's actually pretty incredible.
You have Monty, 18 carries, 65 yards, 1 TD. Was Jahmyr Gibbs out this game, or did they just give David more snaps?
They gave David more snaps. Jahmyr Gibbs kind of had a weird injury last week, so they were kind of limited on him. So David Montgomery got the majority of the snaps. So David Montgomery got 18 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown. I
mean, to be honest, that's actually not that good. What's that average?
That's a 3.6 average.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so.
Yards per carry. Yeah.
Amon-Ra.
Yeah, 8 receptions, 100 yards. Yeah, Sam Laporta, like I said, like we said, first really good game. 5 receptions, 92 yards, 1 touchdown. Yeah, Lions always do well against bad teams.
Lions
always do well against bad teams. Funny. Jane Daniels' first game back from injury. 231 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 39 rushing yards for 8 carries, no interceptions. Justin Herbert, back-to-back bad weeks, 166 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was the leading rusher, though. Keenan Allen actually just got his 1,000 catch yesterday, so good for him. He had 5 catches for 58 yards. Quentin Johnson, once I start him, he does bad. Ladd McConkey, he caught a touchdown, so yeah, I'm okay with that. Chargers back-to-back, but they start off 3-0, losing to the Giants and Commanders.
I almost feel bad for Justin Herbert, honestly, because this Chargers team is a team I've wanted to do good for a really long time now, and I love Justin Herbert as a quarterback. So yeah, I hope the Chargers do great because last time they did well in the playoffs. Was it a 30-point comeback by the Jaguars that they lost? 27-point comeback.
Trevor Lawrence threw 4 interceptions in the first half, and they came back and won.
Yeah, that just sucks, honestly. So I really hope the Chargers have a good year.
Yeah, they started off 3-0, went to 3-2. Yeah. But Sunday Night Football, Patriots-Bills. Drake May is the talk. 200. He didn't have any touchdowns, but I watched the game. He had a really good game. 273 yards. 0 touchdowns. Once again, the Patriots have literally no rushing ability whatsoever. Travion Henderson was the leading rusher with 6 carries and 24 yards. They have no rushing ability whatsoever.
That's honestly embarrassing for the Bills that you lost to a team with 24 rushing yards. It's ridiculous.
With the leading rusher has 24 yards, but yeah.
Did anyone else have rushing yards?
Yeah, Antonio Gibson, Ramondre Stevenson, and Drake May had 12, 14, and 21.
Okay.
Stephon Diggs had his first good game as a Patriot, or first great game as a Patriot,
Yeah.
with 10 catches, 146 yards, 0 touchdowns against his former team. Yeah, so
But yeah, that was pretty cool to see that him put up those numbers.
yeah, for sure. Josh Allen, his stats definitely are a little misleading. Like he did have over 300 yards total. He threw a really bad interception, and honestly, he couldn't really move the ball in the first half at all. The Bills couldn't move the ball they had 3 points. It was 6-3 at halftime. The Bills couldn't move the ball at all in the first half. So he was actually also the leading rusher because James Cook did not have a good game. So Josh Allen had 9 carries for 53 yards. He had 253 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Like I said, 1 interception.
Mm-hmm.
Dalton Kincaid had 6 receptions for 108 yards. Overall in the second half, the Bills definitely stepped it up. But I think this game is more the Bills being bad than the Patriots being good. It hurts as a Patriots fan.
Agreed.
But you can't. The Patriots aren't going to make it far when their leading rusher is 24 yards.
Yeah. Something that I've realized, same thing's going to happen on social media. Everyone's going to start glazing Drake May because they just got a win. I think the same thing.
A good win, yeah.
Kind of what happened to Jackson Dart. Everyone's going to start glazing him and talking about how good he is and all that nonsense, and they're just going to lose next week, and the real Patriots will show. But, yeah, that's my opinion on it. So
yeah, lastly, we'll talk about our Monday Night Football predictions. We're recording this on Monday, so
Jags.
Chiefs at Jacksonville. AJ, what's your prediction?
Give me Jaguars. Their defense is outstanding. Devin Lloyd's a monster. Trayvon Walker's a monster. They have a really good secondary, and I can see them winning. The Chiefs are very shaky. Xavier Worthy is back.
He is
correct?
back. He is
okay.
back. Yeah,
So, he's a great receiver. Is Rashee Rice back yet, or does he have one more week?
He has 1 more week of suspension.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Jags have that game, honestly. As long as Trevor Lawrence can just stay calm and doesn't force anything, this is a very winnable game for the Jaguars.
That's a good analysis, but I personally just can't see the Chiefs going to 2-3. So I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win. Hopefully, I don't go 0-2 on my Monday Night Football predictions because last Monday night I picked the Ravens to win, and the Ravens lost to the Lions. We both picked the Ravens, actually.
We both picked the Ravens.
Yeah, so hopefully I don't go 0-2 on my predictions. I predict the Chiefs to win 3-2.
I do have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
Based off of a standpoint of, don't think about the Chiefs' record, right? Imagine they're 0-0.
Okay.
Who do you think, think about the better team here, because Travis Kelce is, honestly, he's not a factor anymore. He's old. He sucks. Patrick Mahomes, he is in my opinion, he's the only good player on that team right now. It's a one-man show over there in Kansas City. Chris Jones is on defensively, I guess, if we're talking defense and offense, it's a two-man show because Chris Jones is having a great year. But I think the Chiefs just don't have enough weapons to beat the Jaguars. And, if you're viewing it from a standpoint, not on their record, but on the better team, I think the Jaguars are a better team than them.
I just disagree with a lot of things you said. Patrick Mahomes, I know I'm going to sound like I'm glazing here, but it doesn't really matter what kind of weapons he has. In 2022, his wide receiver 1 beside Travis Kelce was Juju Smith-Schuster. He had over 5,000 yards passing. I think Patrick Mahomes can definitely get it done against Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville are definitely going to pump the brakes. Jacksonville is not going to go 4-1 because Trevor Lawrence is not as good of a quarterback as everyone thought he would be. I think the Chiefs are going to really show it's not over yet.
All right.
Travis Kelce, is he going to do anything? Who knows? Probably not. But I just don't see the Chiefs going to 2-3.
All right. Well,
but yeah,
I'll remember this.
All right. We'll see.
We'll see.
All right,
I think they're going to win by maybe I could even say 2 scores plus.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm glad you said this. Hey everybody, if you're still watching, it's currently Tuesday, and the Chiefs lost 31-28 last night, and I lost the bet. So therefore, our switcher Enzo is going to slap me now.
Yeah.
Not very hard, but he's going to slap me.
He's going to slap him. Come here, Enzo.
All right, here we go.
Hi, everyone. Stand up.
Right in the ear.
Ow, bro. Why was it not on his cheek?
Yeah.
You're going to get a little ear slap.
Yeah. I'm
All
okay,
right.
though. We
Well,
agreed to this. So yeah,
Let's talk about the game. Yeah.
Travis Kelce, 6 receptions for 71 yards, 1 touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, 319 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Overall, yeah, I was wrong. I said the Chiefs were not going to lose last night, and they lost. They're down to 2-3 now. The Jaguars showed promise, and now I want to talk about your prediction from week 1 about how Devin Lloyd was going to be a really good player, and he got a 99-yard interception return for a touchdown.
To be honest, I don't have that much to say. I'm just happy I was right. I could see him making a run for DPOI this year. He's outstanding. He's been consistent. I mean, if you ever seen the dude, he is jacked out of his mind. He's very physical. He is athletic. He can make plays. I could see him going far this year, and I could see him being a huge X factor in their defense.
Yeah, with that, I think we're going to conclude our episode. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Tune in next week.